Today we'll be learning about how to display and organize data. The objectives for today, students will learn about 3 primary data types: categorical, numerical, and ordinal. You will also see all the different types of visualization methods that enhance data understanding, helping us to know how to read data and analyze it. We'll start off with categorical data. Categorical data refers to categories where we are dealing with this type of data. Oftentimes, there might not be a lot of math involved. Instead, we might deal with groups such as types of fruit, eye color, hair color, simply to separate and organize. For numerical data, this consists of numbers that can be measured or counted, allowing for mathematical operations. The data represents numbers and amounts where we can measure, add, subtract, find the average, or what have you. And a lot of the times we will see heights, temperatures, or test scores. Ordinal data. For ordinal data, we see this everywhere around us. A great example is sizes, so small, medium, large, or ranks, first, second, and third, the most common one. For example, what is your favorite subject? My favorite subject is math first, PE second, English third. Ordinal is different than nominal because there is a bit more order to it than just a simple category. This gives us rank. How to visualize data. First, we'll take a look at dot plots. Dot plots display individual data points along a number line, making it easy to see frequency or how often something occurs. For example, let's ask the class, how many siblings does each student have? If 2 students have 0 siblings, meaning they're an only child, we will make 2 dots above the number 0. If 1 student has 1 sibling, we add a dot above the 1 to represent them. If 3 students have 2 siblings, we draw 3 dots above the number 2. If 5 students have 3 siblings, we will add 5 dots above the number 3, and so on and so forth. We stack a dot above the number every time someone gives us that answer. Now, stem and leaf plots. Stem and leaf plots organize data in a way we can clearly see patterns. The way it's organized is the first number, in this case the tens place, is the stem, and the last digit is the leaf. As you can see here, the stems will be 1, 2, and 3, and the leaf is the second number that comes after the first. And here we can see how frequently the leaf occurs. For histograms, histograms are like bar graphs that show how often a range of numbers is presented in the data. Sometimes students will score, for example, on test scores, sometimes they will score maybe 90 to 100, 80 to 90, 70 to 80, and we want to see those in ranges in the column in this graph. For bar graphs show how often someone picked something. Similar to the histograph, except this is individual and histograms are more of a range. This graph, the circle graph, simulates, kind of looks like a pizza, where each slice represents how much of something there is compared to the whole. Let's say, for example, if half the class likes pepperoni and the other half likes pineapple, then we would say that we would cut the circle in half and label 50% of the circle, which is the whole class, that likes pepperoni, and the other 50% would be pineapple. Now we'll take a look at some examples. The categorical data can be illustrated using bar graphs, which compare different groups. For instance, a bar graph could represent favorite fruits. So in this class, maybe 15 people love apples, 10 love bananas, and 5 love cherries. The height of each bar reflects the number of students who prefer each fruit. Numerical data. Histograms display numerical data by showing the frequency distribution across the intervals. For example, in a class scores, like we talked about before, math test scores could be grouped from 0 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30. So this is now ranges. We're considering ranges now. So now we can practice together. Let's take a few minutes to do this. The data you will need is on the board, and this is your time to practice. If you make any mistakes or you're having trouble with the material, it's okay to ask questions. That's why we're here to learn. Why do we care about this? A lot of the times I get the question, but why? Or when will I ever need this in my adult life or in my work life? The answer to that is sometimes in life you will be faced with a lot of data and you will need to know how to easily organize your data, analyze it, and explain it. Here's what we learned. Categorical data is grouped by category. For example, favorite colors, pets, or fruits. You will see this explained or analyzed by bar graphs. Numerical data deals with the numbers. So dot plots, stem and leaf plots, histograms. Ordinal data is data that shows order or ranking. For example, first, second, or third. Circle graphs are percentages or fractions showing parts of a whole.